everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are finally going to take the next step in our shed plumbing, and we're going to be adding running water. So let's go inside and check it out. So we're going to start off here in the kitchen, and I just realized that it has been a long time since we've even shown the inside of the house. So I want to start by just updating on you guys on the current system that we have. And it all starts out with this sink that I picked up on the side of the road for free. I brought this up and we hooked up this small water system to it so that we could have some water for washing our hands and cleaning off some dishes. And so we have these 5-gallon carboys that are filled with water. They are connected to a pump and pumped into this Camplux water heater. So now with this system, we hooked up the sink and we have some running water. Really, this system has been great. I know that we should not have a lot of this stuff inside the house, so we're gonna get rid of it. But if any of you guys are doing a similar thing, this system has been awesome. I can't say enough good things about it. And so one thing we've learned is potable versus non-potable water. So we have this one separate jug over here that we use for drinking water, and then on the rest of these, we just take these to the house and fill them up with the hose, and we can use that water for washing our hands or washing dishes. And really, that's what we're using most of the time. And by the way, on these jugs, we have learned some tricks in filling them up so many times. The first one is these rubber caps. You can get those on Amazon, and honestly, they work so great. They don't leak. And you can see over here that we have a tower of 3 that are filled up, and we've never had any issue with those leaking. Also, these handles work great for transporting them. They are pretty heavy when they're full. And finally, there's also these tops that you can get with the hole in them so that it's easy to just throw that hose in there. You guys might remember in a previous episode, we actually installed plumbing all in the shed, and I think it's time that we finally hook up that plumbing and get it working. Where we left off, we hadn't crimped any of the connections, so we're going to be doing some more of that today and finishing it off. But what this will allow us to do is hook up a shower or a toilet and really just start testing out everything. And so we have a new system that we're going to be installing today. That system starts with a 275-gallon IBC tote that we're going to fill with water and use it to supply the whole house with water.
Having 55 of these 5-gallon jugs in one container and not transporting these back and forth in the back seat of the car or in the back of the truck. Having the 275 gallons, mostly having a toilet is going to be fantastic.
It's going to be huge.
And then secondly, having the ability to shower before we leave, because like on the last 2 or 3 weeks.
It's been awful.
It's been brutal.
It's just been burning hot outside, and here it's really humid. You just get soaked. So you just want to take a shower, and we don't have that option right now. Yeah, so we got started earlier this week with building a platform for our IBC tote to sit on. So let's get started with that, and then we'll head back and start finishing up our plumbing.
So this is how I had planned to do it, was this. So we would go from here to here with just flexible pecs into there, and that way, if we needed to disconnect this, we could just disconnect it and move it.
And just have a little bit of play.
And have a little bit of play. And I would like to get this off the ground still. Can you go get that board over there and see when you put that board on top of this, how much of it covers it? Oh, it's good. Perfect. If we got a 2x6 and just made some 2x6 floor stuff and put some gravel so they got some drainage, I mean, it's not going to blow anywhere or whatever when it's got all that water. Then we could insulate the floor, because if we do it on 24-inch spacing or we do 16, we have that R23. Okay, this is old school shed. This is from
our original lean-tos, right?
Original lean-tos, yep.
I know we can't be the only ones who just have piles laying around of old wood from other projects.
It's really great. I mean, it's just amazing that if you store it correctly, it lasts. But under here is our bonus. Remember that time we went to Lowe's and they had all those 4x4s they were giving away because well, here are all those. So
And on some of those older boards, when you cut into them, it's as if it was a
I mean, this has a
tree
lot.
that was
This
just
has a
cut.
lot of wane on it, but we don't care for legs, right? Right? We should use that one.
Yeah, I'm good with that one.
All right. So we got that. Well, this is great. Like, we don't even have to go buy anything. We have all lumber left over.
Oh,
Probably ought to bring the tractor around here. And let's sort of line the tractor forks up and figure out where we can get to it. So can you scoot it over some? Scoot it out just a little bit.
my gosh.
Grab it. Slide it up on there. I want to see. I think we're not. I mean, it's fitting on there, isn't it? I'd say right about straight down under that would be the right place to do it, right? And just getting to a comfortable distance on the tractor so that when we come back, we can easily pick it up. Stay square, right?
Not too bad. All right, so we just finished building this platform for our IBC tote to sit on top of. And I know it seems a little bit overkill. Really, we could just leave it sitting there. However, there's gonna be a time when winter comes along and we'll have this big thing of water and we'll need to be thinking of ways to keep it from freezing in the winter. And so what this allows us to do is insulate the bottom of it, and we have plans to build some walls around it and also on top so that we can basically insulate in the entire tote. So all we have left to do on this is to put some insulation in the bottom and put some skids on there. But first we want to head over and prepare the area where we're going to be putting this.
Dump the wood over or get the gray one. We just need something to put some of the stuff in.
How much of it?
You can. Just gotta get some scissors.
So we're putting down some plastic first, and this is just to save us in the future and keep all the grass from growing right here. So every time you add something like this, it just becomes a mess to weed eat and try to mow around it. So we're gonna put this down and then put some gravel on top of it, just enough to get it leveled out.
Step up on that. Come down this way. All right, should be able to go to our out away from.
All right, so we got our IBC tote up on the platform and filled with water. So let's take a look. We got this cover off Amazon to put over it. But just as a reminder, we are going to be building walls and completely insulating this whole thing. That was kind of the purpose of building the platform. To fill this, we actually borrowed some water from our neighbor Cecil. He's actually standing behind the camera right now, so thank you, Cecil. Stretched that hose over and put this RV filter on and filtered all the water going into the tank. And by the way, these totes are used for various things, and the history of this one, it was used for food safe stuff. Sometimes they'll be used for poison or something. We also cleaned this out. We filled it up and drained it out and scrubbed the inside and cleaned it really well. But yeah, now it's filled with water, and I just wanted to do a system overview. And so starting here at the output, we have this cam lock adapter for an IBC tote, and it converts to a 2-inch thread for PVC. So we have this male threaded PVC going into there. And by the way, we'll put the Amazon link for that in the description. This comes out and comes to this T. On this side, we have a drain in case we ever want to drain it. We can just open that up. We also put this union on the end here so that if we want to swap that out for a hose spigot, we can do that, just in case we ever want to use water outside. It won't be pressurized because the pump isn't here yet, but it'd be good just to have. On the other side of the T, we come down here and connect to this original pipe that Dad put in 20 years ago when this was being built, and that is where it goes inside. And then right here is where the water enters the house, and this is underneath the stairs and behind this wall in the bathroom, right behind where the toilet's gonna be. From there it goes in two directions, towards the kitchen where we pick up the clothes washer and the kitchen sink, and towards the bathroom for the toilet, bathroom sink, and shower. That's all filtered through sediment and activated charcoal filters, but we plan to add a reverse osmosis system under the kitchen sink to use for drinking water and the ice maker, and then running a line back to the bathroom for a drinking faucet at the bathroom sink. Now it's probably fine to drink any of this water, but we're gonna build on our lessons learned from our simple water system and keep our potable and non-potable water separate. So we're gonna get started on this, and we're gonna start in the kitchen with crimping these connections and then work our way towards the bathroom.
So originally we had this was our main cold water supply and hot water supply in to the kitchen sink, and we were going to tee off to go to the ice maker for the refrigerator, and then we were going to do it for the washer dryer. But with separating the potable and non-potable water, what we really want to do is disconnect this ice maker right here And I'm gonna replace this with just a connector for right now that connects these two pipes and goes onto the kitchen. And eventually we'll have when we put the reverse osmosis system under the sink, we'll bring another blue drinking water line back, and we may do it white, and then we'll connect here and then go on over to the bathroom and have it for the bathroom sink. So all I need to do now is take these off. For now, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this.
And now we're gonna do some crimping finally. By the way, if some of you are new, you might be wondering why our PEX is on the outside of the wall and not running through it. First of all, none of this will actually, you won't be able to see it. It'll all be behind cabinets or the fridge or the washer. But we thought it would make it a lot easier to access later if we ever needed to change anything, or there's a leak or something. And also reduces any possibility of it freezing if it's really cold outside. Probably unlikely anyway, because we have all that exterior insulation.
Most of it is behind something. So
Right.
where we're sitting now, there'll be a washer, there'll be a refrigerator, there'll be counters all the way around there. Then on the other side of this wall, it's going to be under the steps. So really, there's only going to be about 4 feet or 5 feet that's exposed to, that you could actually see anyway. So
And we'll cover that up.
Yeah, and since we're not doing sheetrock, most of what we're doing is going to end up being wood, etc. Taking that off is just kind of a pain, so we wanted to minimize that.
Yeah, right here in this corner, we want to do a stacked washer dryer. So yeah, we have our water coming in, and then the 220 there, and then we also have this water for ice maker in our fridge, and like the fridge tap water. So we have these filters that all the water coming in the house are going to be running through, and we were limited in space with our brackets here, and if we had this one all the way flush up against the bracket, these two fittings wouldn't line up. And so we've dropped this down, and we're stacking up some washers and trying to figure out how many we need to keep that lined up. It looks like 7 right there is good.
And all of this is temporary. We got these at Bargain Bins. It's a local place that uses Amazon buyback. So we got each one of these for like 50 cents a piece or $1 a piece. And then we bought some filters to go in it. We eventually probably will get, once we get our reverse osmosis filter, we probably will get a whole house filtration system to put in here. A really nice one that has an ion exchange and sediment and activated carbon bed, but for now this is actually working pretty good. We also tapped those out. The original bolts weren't with it. The bracket was there, but the original screws weren't with it, so we tapped that out for 5/16 18, and so it's going to work out great. So yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, so we have everything crimped and glued now, and we're about to test it out for the first time. But before we do, I just want to show everything. So right here we have the water comes in. We have our main shutoff right there. From here it goes to our pump. Our pump, we added this 12-volt power supply, and we'll probably change the location of that later. Then from here we come up to our filters. So the water comes through, go through a sediment filter, charcoal, another charcoal, and then back through and to everything. We also included a bypass to these filters right here in the middle, so we can turn that on if we ever need to bypass it to change the filters. From here we have cold capped off going to the bathroom for now, and then it goes off to the sink, and then we also aren't using this hot water yet. So we're gonna go outside and go one step at a time, turn everything on, see if we have any leaks, and test it out.
And there's always a chance that pipe in the somewhere on the floor and stuff is leaking, so we don't know.
Catching a little break in the rain out here.
All right, so this is all on, that's glued. This is off where it's supposed to be. So technically, I have to, that should be good.
Venting it.
Yeah, venting it. And then that's the air coming out of the pipe.
I'm not seeing anything yet.
No water. All right, let's do the magic. Hold on. You can go down and turn that valve on.
I'll be cameraman, you can turn them on.
All right. So
we're starting with this main one.
now I have water
So now
in
it should be
here.
going through our pumps, and it can only go up to right here at this point.
So if I open this, it can now flow, bypass the filters. We'll start with there.
And we haven't turned on our pump yet.
All right,
We'll do that last.
So now let's go in here. All right, so we know that that's open, so we have a line open all the way. All right, so I guess we just turn the pump on and see what happens.
We got water. No leaks over here.
Yeah, I don't think so. Look right here. That coupler that we did. Any leak
Yeah,
there?
that one looks good.
This all looks good. So I guess we could turn off the bypass. We could turn this on. And now what that's doing is building up to 45, so there's a leak right there. And that's the one.
Hey, that's exactly why we have a bypass though, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. Yeah, now it's not moving like it was. All right, so we just.
Now we try it again, right?
All right, so now we're going to pressurize the filters again. They're not going, it's not going anywhere. It's just until the air pressure goes up. If I do this, water should be coming out in there.
I'm gonna go in there.
Hopefully we have enough flow. It should come out black.
Right, there it goes.
Hopefully we have enough flow when all the air is out. Man, that seems pretty good.
Yeah, I think
that's,
it's better than what we ever had, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that it's that high. We got to put P-drops on here too. That's pretty.
That's luxury.
I mean, that's like. It's ready to go.
He's doing it. First sip.
Yeah, it tastes like water.
All right, so we officially have water. We also hooked it up to our Camp Lux on the other side, so we also can have the hot water if we want it. But this is huge. Definitely gonna be a big upgrade for us. And like I mentioned earlier, now we can hook up a shower and hook up a toilet, which works out perfect because one of the first rooms we were planning on finishing is the bathroom, so we'll be able to have that up and running. Also has really good flow compared to what it was before. And the pump that we got is rated for 3 gallons per minute, and what we're actually getting is about 2.1, and that's not a bad loss, so we are happy with that. Just exciting to finally have running water. But that's gonna be a wrap for this video. I wanna give a big thank you to everyone that has liked and subscribed. And also thank you to everyone that backs us over on Patreon. We really appreciate your support. And we'll see you guys next time.